Thanks for joining All Things Amy today. Come join me as I make some kefir. Excited beyond words. I just picked up kefir grains from someone in my neighborhood that does kefir. And I'm going to start on my journey. I've been researching the past week about how to do it. And so I'm going to take you on this journey with me. And let's start. I'm so excited. This jar, and I'm going to pour the kefir grains into the bottom of this jar and then fill this up with milk. Leave a little bit of space for oxidation. Cover the top and let it sit on the counter for about 24 hours. I'm so excited. All right, so it was about 4 cups. I give this a little stir. There were lots of different methods of covering this. Some used like a paper towel and then a rubber band around it. Some used a plastic lid and then just didn't close it down too tight. And some used just the regular metal ones that come on here. I saw someone do it this way, so I'm gonna give it a try. I have a place where I'm gonna keep it kind of out of the way. It's back in my corner. And we'll check this in the morning. It's 12 noon. So I'll check this in the morning at like 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, see how things are looking, and then we'll decide how many more hours we're going to. Okay, it's been about 18 hours. So you see that curdling at the top? That means we're ready to rock and roll. So I need to go buy, maybe I have one, I'm gonna check, but a strainer to put this through. And I'll show you how I'm doing it. I'm so excited it worked. You know, I watched all those videos and it's just so fun. I can't wait to see what it tastes like. I found one and it is small. So I might end up buying another one, but we're gonna give this one a try here. With my research, I found that you don't want to use metal like to store your stuff in, but just for a small time for it to pass through the strainer, it will be fine. Some people do use plastic ones though, so you can do what you think. But one of the ladies that I really watched and really liked had so much knowledge, said that, and she used metal. Anyway, let's give it a try. So this, I took the lid off. I'm gonna actually show you what this looks like. Okay, you can kind of see that curdling on the top, but it hasn't started to separate down here. They say when it starts to separate down here, it's fine, you can still use it, but it is a bit over fermented. It's gonna be a stronger flavor. So you can go in and stir this. And then I'm going to put it through the strainer. All right, let's see here. Sometimes the grains get in the way, so you just push aside the grains to help the liquid come through. Okay, I'm going to continue to do this and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. All right, just doing this last little bit. You just work this all the way down. I kind of pushed this to the side to pour the rest of the milk, and it went a little bit faster. Then you just get all of the fermented milk. And some people washed these off with water, but The lady that I felt really knew her stuff, she said that not only is there no need to do that, it actually helps your future batches if you just go straight in. Just get the milk off as best as you can, but don't rinse this with water. And there you have it. I'm gonna wash my other container and put this back in and start another batch, and then we'll taste this kefir. I put this now in here. I just washed that container out, and we're gonna start a new batch. And it kind of feels like cottage cheese, but thicker to me. Or what I mean is not thicker, but stronger, like they won't break through. Some people say like cauliflower, tiny little granules. But these are not actual grains. They're called grains, but they're not like a, you know, they're not like a wheat grain or something. They're just colonies of bacteria that form an encasing around them. And if you want your kefir to have effervescence like that, carbonation, you're gonna wanna put a lid on and tighten the lid, and then it traps in those bubbles. This time I did it with, as you remember, just the cloth and then this over the top to hold it down. So it should be not as bubbly. We'll see. I'm about to try it. I'm gonna start our next batch. I'm making some of this for my son, so I wanted to make some right away. So we're gonna put about 3.5 to 4 cups in, leaving a little space. It might take up the rest of this milk. This time, I'm going to give it another stir, like I did last time. And then I'm going to put a tight lid on instead of leaving it that airflow. And we'll see if this is a little bit more carbonated. Okay, my little corner, it goes. Have fun fermenting and building more bacteria. Good bacteria and good yeasts. Can't wait. I'm gonna put a lid on this, put it in my refrigerator and get it nice and cold, and then I'll have a taste of it. There's a second fermentation you can do after you pull the kefir grains out that I will do on a video sometime that infuses some more flavors in there. Like you can put berries or fruits or different things in there, even savory like garlic, and then you go another 12 to 18 hours on the counter. This time I just want to do it regular kefir, and because I like to add it to my shakes and do different things like that. I've been buying store-bought kefir, so I already know what I love to use it for. I'm going to do a little bit of a taste test. So this is the kefir that I bought a few days ago, and I made kefir from it, because there's a way to make kefir from kefir. It doesn't have as many bacteria from what I've studied. And so I'm going to taste this one, the one I made, and then this is my new one that I made, that I'm doing this video on, made from kefir grains. Super excited to see the difference. This should be more packed with colonies of bacteria and yeast than these two. One more thing, this one will get thicker and thicker as it sits in the fridge, because they do have a thicker consistency after they've done that. I've noticed that. Okay, let's start with this store-bought one. Okay, you can smell the tanginess. Kind of smells a lot like buttermilk or you know, yogurt. So let's taste this one. Yep, really snappy, really tart. I love the flavor of it, and I can just drink it plain, but a lot of people don't like it. It's too tart, so you can add stuff to it. Just like plain Greek yogurt, how, you know, you wouldn't necessarily want to eat it plain. Okay, now I'm going to try the next one. So this is the kefir I made from this. So I let it sit for 48 hours like this, and then put it in the fridge. And there were no grains to have to siphon out. Now you'll see this is a little thicker. I'm actually going to stir this one because I can. And you shake this one, but stir this so you can see how thick it is. The thickness goes to the bottom. There we go. Okay. Let's taste that one. All right, coming up. Okay. You still taste the tartness, but not nearly as tart as the store-bought one. Like it feels, you know, watered down. It's not quite as strong, but it is thicker. Very delicious. One reason why it's better is I made it out of whole milk. And the original one here is 1% milk. So to me, a whole milk is way better than a 1%. One made from kefir grains. I'm gonna go ahead and stir it too, even though it's not been around very long. And it's not been in the fridge for very long either, so it hasn't gotten that thickness that it gets. But I'm excited to see what the flavor is. Okay, here we go. So fun. So fun. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. It is so different tasting than the other ones. Wow. There is some effervescence, so I feel a little bit of the carbonation. And the other ones taste like Greek yogurt, only watered down, or, you know, runny. And this tastes completely different. It has a tang, but it is different. So it tastes like a different thing. Wow, that is incredible. Okay, it's yummy. I love it. This is so fun. So I'm gonna make something fun with it. Make the yummiest treat with some kefir in it. So a couple scoops of cottage cheese. That's about, well, it's about half a cup. And then a scoop of, this is coconut milk, the kind in the can, with chia seeds overnight. A couple scoops of that. And that has a natural sweetness to it because of the coconut milk. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of the kefir. About a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon cinnamon. And then 1 scoop of your favorite protein powder. I'm doing vanilla this time, but it's good with chocolate, peanut butter. So vanilla. Okay, stir that up. I'll show you what it looks like at the end here. And then I like to put something a little crunchy in there. The chia seeds have soaked there, so they're not crunchy. So I've really been into pumpkin seeds lately. Okay, I'm gonna put just 4 berries and kind of break those up in there. And some frozen raw cashews. Just a few, just to give it a little crunch. Yum, yum. Okay, here's what it looks like. You see that cinnamon in there? You've got that snappiness of the kefir, and it's gonna give you so many good bacterias for gut health. Some cottage cheese, protein powder. Yum, yum. This. Mmm. Wow, that is so good. So many good flavors in there. You gotta try it.